1994 was a great year at the LA Marathon because it was like the most controversial year, I would say. There was always pace setters in marathons. People you paid to come in and run the first half at a designated time so that the people who are competing for the overall title could sort of turn their brains off, because a lot of the marathon is not what you do, it's when you do it and how much of your psychic energy you're using to pay attention to how the race is unfolding. But if you have a rabbit in the race, you don't have to do any thinking. You just put yourself on standby, just run behind this guy. No one's going to make a move. So he's established the pace for you. Well, Paul Pilkington from Utah, very good American marathoner, was brought in just to be the pace setter. But he went through the half in 65 minutes and 15 seconds. I was on the lead vehicle. And as you could tell, he was turning around and looking at the gap that he had. They didn't go with him. So his lead through that half marathon just kept growing and growing and growing. By the time he went through that half at 65:15, he had a minute lead. There was nobody around him. And I sort of was there and I said, Paul, what are you going to do? And he took one more look around and says, I'm going. Because even though you're a pace setter, you're paid to go halfway, you are, according to the rules, an official entrant in the race. And if you want to go all the way, there's no one saying you can't do it. Well, Pilkington had a minute lead, and he was a solid marathoner, so he just kept going. Now, I felt it incumbent upon me, as the broadcaster, to go back and tell those guys in the chase pack, oh, by the way, the rabbit's not dropping out. So it turned out it was a couple of Kenny guys, I think, and an Italian fellow, and they didn't speak English all that well. And I was trying my best to say, the rabbit is not stopping. He's going. And by the way, where do you think the two-story press truck is and all the camera crew? If you're leading, where the hell are they? They're up there. That's where the leader is. Well, as it turns out, I went back again and told him. Paul Pilkington won that race in 2 hours and 12 minutes, 13 seconds or so.
Paul Pilkington of Roy, Utah is the winner of the Los Angeles Marathon, and clearly it's in the category of who'da thunk it.
Luca Barzaghi from Italy came across the finish line with his hands raised in triumph, thinking he won the LA Marathon. And the poor guy had to be told, no, you didn't win, the rabbit didn't drop out, and he beat you by a minute. He was not a happy fellow. But it turned out it wasn't the first time, nor the last time, that a rabbit had won a big marathon. But because it was on television, it became one of the most famous incidents of the rabbit stealing the show.